Well, good morning, anglers and anglerettes. It is a nasty morning. Rain, pouring down rain. But what do we do in order to give you guys an episode? It doesn't matter. We're just like a mailman. Rain, sleet, snow, whatever, we come and we deliver. We are heading to Oklahoma today. We're going to do some crappie fishing. I'm going to hook up with a guide over there. You guys have met him before. I need to check on him. And we're going to pick his brain on how guides continuously find fish in order to get their clients on a good day. So I'm going to get this boat hooked up. Thank goodness I got a cover. I'm going to head that way. Thank you guys for tuning in and staying with us. We'll get this thing hooked up and get going. And we're going to get another G3 Sportsman episode in the book. So, hey, barring any catastrophes in this pouring down rain, we should have a good show. So, I'll see you in Oklahoma. Okay, we have made it. We're here at the lovely Shangri-La. This is a place I couldn't afford to live here. Now the guy behind the camera, now he's staying here, and that's why we're fishing here as well too. But now he could live here. He's like one of the Rockefellers now. But with our boy here, my long lost nephew, Haydn Williams with Williams Guide Service. Haydn's going to kind of walk us through on what he really has to put up with trying to find fish as a guide. That cannot be easy, especially on a lake like Grand with so many other guides and so many fishermen, is how you can stay on fish.
How's it going?
He's a chatty guy, there's no question about it. So hey, we're gonna get out to our first spot. We're gonna try to find some few crappie. Thanks again for tuning in and spending a little bit of time with us. We'll have some fun today. We're gonna catch some fish because Haydn, you know dang good and well, we will catch fish because he puts in the time, and that's what he's going to show you. Welcome to the G3 Sportsman, and we'll see you out there in our first spot. Man, I wish they'd make a GoPro that would just come on and stay on. That would be wonderful. These things are the most aggravating ever.
Hard for me to tell if that's a tree or not.
You finally get one?
First one. Just changed colors. That time all I did, I put a chartreuse head, a little bit smaller jig head on there. Sometimes this time of year they like a little bit smaller bait, and I'll see a big difference in that, but that's a keeper size fish there on Grand Lake. I was on a USA Lucky Bug from Lucky Strike, and this is actually a 2.5 inch bait. And since they're wanting like a smaller profile, I just snipped that end off there and went to a little bit smaller jig head, and that was the first cast with it. So see if we can get some more. You gotta be on this side of it to see it really, really good.
Yeah, they are.
That's a good one.
Well, it is
keeper.
A keeper. It is a keeper. I'll tell you what, Haydn's earning it today. It's rough out here. We have finally got into our third spot.
Got one.
And we finally got into some fish. Haydn's got one, so he's got one. We've had to change baits. We've had to, I mean, it would almost be comical watching what we've done just to get where we're at. I mean, it has just been a mess, but we have got us a pile of fish here. I'm assuming they're on some brush, but I can't see it.
Yeah,
it may be because there's so many fish in it, you can't even see the brush. But they're kind of finicky. We've had to change baits 3 or 4 times. It's really not that we have to watch them on here, but we just have to drop it down so we know we're in the wad of fish. But it's not been easy. GoPros cutting on and off.
Here on Grand, usually around the 4th of July is when these fish move out here into the main lake. The water temp gets hot, and I'll start looking for them out here on main lake stuff, usually 15 to 25 foot of water on some kind of structure. And in the fall time, they'll start to move back up into the coves, you know, once we get in October, November. But summertime, I never go in the coves at all. It's all main lake fishing. There's shad. I mean, you've seen the shad on the live scope. There's just tons and tons of bait out here on this lake, and these fish eat that stuff all summer long. So we're using live bait a lot of the times, but jigs, you can catch fish on jigs too all year long. But that's really what I'm keying in on the summer, is just main lake stuff.
Keeper size here?
10 inches here on Grand. That fish will actually be pretty close.
Guy, you got a ruler? Yep, that's there by him.
When you're measuring them, their mouth has to be closed. And see how his tail's over that 10?
Yep.
So he's a keeper, but when you put him in a scale or a ruler or whatever, that mouth has to be closed.
So he kept.
Yeah, and they are being finicky. The only way I can really even get them to look at it is dropping it to the bottom of them or the top of them and just slowly reeling it about that speed, just trying to like keep it constant. And every now and then you'll get one to come up there and hit it. They follow it about every time you reel it up, but it's just getting one to eat it.
Pretty simple fishing today. We've just got, you know, we're not dipping. We're just kind of pitching and letting it fall, kind of pendulum down. And we've just been using the 6.6 one-piece ACCs. And we both got some Abu Garcia size 10 reels on here. Got all the shad. Oh yeah, that's another good
fish. Whoop, fighter. He was the same way, just dropping down and reeling up until you can get one to eat it. Really, it's weird too. Like whenever I've been reeling up, if you're reeling up and you stop it, they'll just nose it and go back down. Like you gotta keep it moving. They're being finicky on how they want it. And that was on, again, I actually switched from that chartreuse head. This is on a 2.5 inch lucky bug with just a regular color lead head. But I didn't actually bite any of that one off. It's the full 2.5 inch bait.
I'll have to go back and change colors again myself.
I have noticed if you do stay closer to the river channel, it seems that the fish are bigger. So a lot of my brush piles that are closer to the channel or laying on the edge of the river channel, there's usually bigger fish on this lake at least, than if I get way out on a flat or something. But that's really all we're looking for. I guess we're gonna head up here and go hit another spot. I think we caught like 7 or 8 keeper size fish off this pile right here. So we're gonna head on to the next one. Right here you can see this is that part of that tree, and actually all along the bottom there is that tree. That's my bait going down there right now, but we're just flipping out. This is all fish right here, schooled up.
Finally watched him hit. All right. paying attention to what I'm doing. Maybe actually catch one.
Got one.
Got one there. Okay, hang on. Get this bad boy in here. There you go. Have a carbon copy. And we have moved to another. We've moved to another tree where the root was, at first the root was here and the log was out. Now it's just the opposite. It's in the opposite direction, but it's another tree and they're in the root wad. So, and we're keeping our distance from these because these fish look like they may be active, so we kept our distance a little ways from them. Whereas before we were just right on top of them.
Yeah, this fish, we just, like Scott said, we were fishing one side of the tree and just scooted up about 10 foot, and sometimes that's all it takes to get on some new fish that wanna eat. There's been a lot of days this year and past summers, there's fish stacked on these piles in the summertime, but they're eating all this bait out here right now, and there's days where you only catch 5, 6, 10 keepers on the spot and you gotta go. And if you're fishing with live sonar and those fish are stacked up and you catch 6, 8 fish off of it and the others aren't doing anything, you just have to get out of there. You can't beg them to bite. If you're begging them to bite, you need to go. And that's kind of what we've had to do today is, I think we caught 8, 9 off the first spot and 3 or 4 here, and now we're picking some off of this spot.
I'm gonna tell you something. We've come in here after a storm, a north wind, which is the worst we can have on Grand, isn't it?
Yeah.
This time of year. We've had a high pressure system move. Anything that can happen weather-wise, this is what's happened. I think we're still crazy.
Another keeper.
Yeah, I'll be the dandy too. Yeah. Which bait are you using now?
That a
think that
2.5
may be.
inch lucky bug.
Maybe what's gonna be bad, that may be the same one I'm using. Yeah. Now you kept that one just down in it that time, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, that one I just dropped down in the sticks, and about when I got to the top of the tree, he hit it.
I'm watching how he's fishing these on this live scope, so I'm kind of learning with this live scope, watching him that he fishes with every day. So it's really, the best thing you can do is go with somebody that is good at fishing this stuff like Haydn is, and watch how he's doing. It may not work on everything or whatever, but you can that's a new technique that you can learn, that we're learning right here, is just holding it above the pile, and then when you get one that gets a little active, then just start moving up. That's when he's getting his bites. Uh-oh, there we go. Well, that means you should probably catch a fish. It's your turn. Don't you normally catch one when I catch one?
I'm working on it. That one followed me.
I'll tell you right now, you wouldn't think, if you just don't come out here like he does and just check all these spots out here. We are sitting out here in the lake. Now, I mean, we ain't near nothing or anything. I mean, we're just out here. That's the mark of a good guide, that marks these places and keeps these out. This isn't something he's put in. This is just natural structure, but he's put in the time and found it. I've introduced Haydn to the new Gorilla Grips. He liked the new Gorilla really real.
They're nice.
They are nice, ain't they?
Yeah.
They've got a better feel to them. They're not as hot. And so we want to thank these two companies right here that keep us in gear and keep us out here catching fish, protecting our hands. And also, I want to give a shout out. I don't ever do this, but I need to my boys at Shady Ray. I'm going to tell you what, Pearl, that's a fine pair of sunglasses right there, Shady Rays. You guys ask me all the time, hey, where do you get them glasses? What kind of glasses you wear? Well, that's what I'm wearing, Shady Rays. You need to go to shadyrays.com. Their warranty is second to nobody. Yeah, that's when we could just sit and watch him. It's amazing at how you can just sit and watch.
Yeah, that fish, he didn't even start following me up. He was 20 foot, my lure was at 14, and he just jetted up there and grabbed it.
Jetted up there, and it's something you can actually see the quality of that fish. You know, I didn't even see him in the wad. He just kind of came out.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you go, oh, that's a good looking fish.
And all I did on that last fish was threw out kind of past him and reeled through him. There's one right there. Just reeled back through him again. The black crappie there. And I'm reeling like super slow, like, but you got to keep it moving. For some reason today, if that bait's not moving, they haven't really been wanting to eat it. But that fish there, he's probably going to be a little short.
Haydn, tell them how to get a hold of you. Around there and tell them.
My number's 618-946-9294. I guide year round, crappie year round. I do spoonbill, catfish, all of it. So mostly crappie and spoonbill here lately though, but most of my trips go to Shangri-La Marina. It's located right in the middle of Grand Lake on Monkey Island. So if you ever want to get a hold of me, just give me a call. We'll get something on the books.
There you go. Hey, keep what you can use, release the rest. Thank you. Stay with us on all of our social media and our streaming services and everything. We appreciate you guys coming along and spending a little bit of time with us, watching Haydn thump these crappie. And we'll see y'all out there somewhere next time right here on the G3 Sportsman. Thanks for watching. Okay. He caught that fish. He caught that fish, and they came straight up my line. They came straight up my line. I mean, right where I was, y'all came straight up my line.